Okay, this is John Molaison doing the final reflection on my environment. And I'm just going to throw up some images right quick to kind of go over where my brain was at. So you can see here that I have a lot of references. At first, I was wanting to go the route of uh, maybe like Ninja, Samurai, Forest. This is something I was wanting to do to get the light coming through, kind of like in this picture here. It has some structures, different color leaves, pathways, try to guide the eye. You can see some of the references here. That's what I was shooting for. So I had that, and then there's some other references I had. The more I started looking as the weeks went by, I started seeing images of more jungle type stuff and started thinking about Vietnam, the soldiers, and the people affected by it, stuff like that. Kept thinking about the little girl, uh, was Nagasaki, Hiroshima, whatever, the one that was running the streets, had no clothes on. That was an iconic image. So that, uh, kind of stuck to me. So I started thinking more along the lines of still jungle, forest type scenes, but more with the soldiers. Let's see what else. And then some of the drawings that I did to kind of get my brain in place. Let's see here. This was actually what I started to do for 4.3, and actually no, 4.1. So it was what I was going to do for 4.3. This was my 4.1, and it started out kind of good, and then I don't know. I ran out of time and patience pretty much. So it just kind of looked childish, looked like a little kid's game from first PlayStation console. I didn't like it very much. I decided to get rid of that, and then I decided on something with still remembering the little girl that was running uh, from back then, from that explosion. So I wanted to incorporate the explosion. Uh, I'll get the overall tint right to kind of make the luminous shine all over the screen. Um, Try to bring some of that into my trees here. Uh, so the story that I'm going for is that there's a war. They're just kind of doing their thing, but she's running for her life. Her clothes are brightly colored. She kind of stands out. These guys are just normal. It's what you'd expect. Dead trees, smoke, fire. Um, the house, when I first made it, of course, it was normal looking. Had lights in the windows and the door. And then I thought I'd use the blur and just kind of push it out to kind of reflect the blasts from the bomb, how it makes things kind of just shear off the dust first and then the structure. So I started to add somewhat of a blur there to get that. um, yeah, that's it. This was supposed to be a trench. I think I did maybe a little bit too much with the dark grass, and it looked more like a ditch than a trench. But I was actually going for a trench look to have these guys sitting in. I still managed to keep it to where you can see the ground, a little bit of brightness there, add that depth a little bit, some of the shadows to show that they're sitting against the wall of ground there. But yeah, it was supposed to be a trench. It looked more like a ditch. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I enjoyed the class. I wish there was a lot more a lot more time that I had that I could do more. Um, this was really fun. Um, I really don't know what else to say. That was a good class. I appreciate all your help, Mike. We'll see you again next time.